Hello everybody, Ace here, giving it to you straight with day 26 of the video log challenge. And today I just wanted to free flow a little bit and talk to you about what I think is happening on the earth plane in terms of energy and in terms of ancestral trauma, karma, and basically what's really going on an emotional level inside of each and every one of us from a microcosmic level, and then society and humanity as a macrocosmic level. And so I wanted to start off by just commending all of you for being as far as you've come this year. This year's been very difficult, hasn't it? It's been very hard this year because a lot of us had to go within, and a lot of us haven't spent much time going within. And so that's why many people chose external distractions and coping mechanisms like alcohol, drugs, and all these other food and things like that during this time, instead of going within themselves, sitting within themselves, and learning more about themselves. But if you're watching these videos, you're the kind of person that went deep within themselves, is continuing to go deep within themselves, and I'm very proud of you because it has not been easy. It has been one of the hardest years, if not the hardest year on planet Earth ever. Now, maybe not physically, maybe not with war and everything going on, but from an emotional, purely emotional, psychological standpoint, with all 8 billion of us in this together, there has never been a time on planet Earth quite like the year 2020, especially because we're all connected together, going through it together for the first time truly as one. Universal law, right? So, what I believe is happening right now is I believe we're having final boss battles. I believe every year, I believe there are, how do you say, segments of life. You know, I believe there are cycles of life. So I say 4-year cycles, 7-year cycles, 11-year cycles, and then obviously 1 year. And you can break it down. It's all systems and it's all big macro, micro. So right now, we're coming around almost 365 days around the sun, correct? And throughout the year, we've gone through different ups and downs and lefts and right, different challenges, different dungeon battles, different quests, different side quests. We were doing things all different this year. We had to adapt and overcome. Everything changed. The world stopped, and we had to figure out, you know, who are we and where are we going from here? And on the other side of that, there was a lot of emotional growth if chosen. There was a lot of spiritual growth if chosen. And I believe what's happening right now with how crazy everything is, especially with the election, and then December 21st, we'll have all the planets in alignment. We currently have 6 planets in retrograde right now. And so communication's broken down. Energy is through the roof. And a lot of us are transmuting, and a lot of us are processing a lot of the emotional trauma, not only from our pasts, but from the past lives and from even our parents and our grandparents and our great-grandparents. So what's happening right now is just a massive purge of emotion, and we're going through those final boss battles because what we're focusing on is literally getting as much of this out of us as possible so we can bring in as much light, and then from there be able to really do what it is we're meant to do on this planet, which is to raise the consciousness and bring in more light, love, unity, community, and truly change everything. We're changing the paradigm right now. It's happening all over. You can look at it, the election. I mean, look at the election right now. Look at what's happening. So all the systems are being broken down. The justice system, the government systems, the legal systems, the election systems, the school systems, business, the way we talk to each other, the way we treat each other, the churches, every institution, every system is being broken down and being rebuilt to fit this 5D consciousness new way of being, this new human way of being. And so I'm saying this to you today to be a little easier on yourselves, because we're doing a lot of work, even if it doesn't feel like we're actually doing anything externally, as in working a job or doing these, like, all of that is just the matrix. That's just noise. This is the work, right? And think about how much work you've done this year. Think about how much growing you've had to do, how much maturing, how much mindset changing you've had to do. You've learned yourself. You've grown with yourself. You've begun to love yourself. You've begun to have your own back. You've begun to trust yourself. You've begun to listen to yourself. And that because of that, all of this is starting to, the fog, I call it, that's the difference between 3D and 5D, is that this veil, we're now rising above it. It's not dissipating. It's going to be there. But we're choosing, because we're doing the right work at the right time, we're choosing to elevate our consciousness so that we're the hawks on the battlefield and we know what's going on, where to go, when to go, and how to move. And so, be easy on yourselves, especially moving into this last 6 weeks of the year. That's it. We got 6 weeks left. 6 weeks. That's nothing. You can't do much in 5 to 6 weeks till the end of the year, especially because COVID's starting to shut cities down again. This whole election thing is going crazy. They don't want people having holidays. So again, you can't do a lot at this time of year and with 6 weeks left in the year. So what if we or 5 weeks left in the year. So what if we just surrendered? What if we just surrendered into it and allowed it to be what it was and just spent all that time focused on us, giving ourselves the attention we need to focus on what else we need to purge, what else we need to get rid of, because that's what we're doing right now. We're just shedding all of the parts of us that were killing us. We're shedding all of the masks that we've had to wear our whole lives, the roles we no longer want to be, the versions of ourselves that just are no longer us. That's a big reason that we have to get rid of relationships sometimes. It's not that we don't love someone. It's not that we don't want to be with them or have them in our lives. It's just when we elevate or when we transform into someone else, which we do a lot in our lives, and we have someone who's constantly reminding us that we are no longer that person, that's keeping us from flying. And so for us to fly, then we have to make the choices to put the right people in our life, to keep the right people in our life, but also to set those boundaries, to also transmute that darkness, to also look at that ego stuff, and just be okay with all of it. Be okay with the messiness. Be okay with how hard and icky and human it all is. And that's the issue, is we've lost our humanity. We're trying to become basically half robots at this point with this transhumanism crap. And we don't even know what it's like to be human anymore. We don't even like to have dirt under our fingernails. We don't even like to be around bugs. And I'm included in all that. And I was a Marine. And I was in the Marine Corps. And I see us, I mean, it is what it is. But the thing is that the more I've embraced this human elements of myself, the happier I've become, the less complicated life has been, and the more content and fulfilled each moment of every day is. Not each day, not each week, not each month, each moment is fulfilling. And I want that for all of you. So give yourselves a break this weekend. Take a rest. It's crazy. You have a lot on your plate. You got people's mouths to feed on top of everything else that's going on top of everything, all the work you're doing for yourself. There's so many things that you're trying to juggle. All the plates spinning right now. So if one falls, that's okay. If they all fall, that's okay. Because guess what? They were meant to. Whatever happens is supposed to happen. Especially if you're surrendered to it all and you're putting your best foot forward. Because that's all you can do, and that's all God wants you to do, is your best. And the more you choose yourself in each moment, the more you choose your health in each moment, the more you choose to listen and to love and to spend time with yourself and to meditate and to do the things you don't necessarily want to do right now, but you need to do. Breathe, meditate, stop, listen. Then it becomes easier. The challenges don't stop. You just level up quicker. And then you don't suffer. I mean, in reality, we all like to be challenged. We really don't want things given to us because we don't respect it. But we don't want to be broken, and we don't want to have to deal with challenges while fucking traumatized. And that's all this whole video log challenge is. It's a healing journey of just facing our trauma, so that we can finally be free, so we can finally enjoy this beautiful abundance, this amazing world that the universe and God has created for us. And we've co-created this. So we're just as responsible for the bad stuff as we are responsible for the beauty in all this. We don't give ourselves enough credit for anything because, again, we're separate from God. We have fear of God. It doesn't make any sense. If we're made in God's image, then why are we less than him or her or it? You know what I mean? So, love yourselves a little more this weekend. Take care of yourselves a little more this weekend. Let yourselves off the hook for everything that's happened in your past. Put yourself on the hook for loving yourself. And smile some more. Get out there in the sunlight. Go smell a flower. When was the last time you just smelled a flower? Still embarrassing when I walk up to random flowers and start smelling it, but I mean, how many flowers are you going to get to smell before you maybe one day you lose your sniffer and all of a sudden you can't smell the flowers anymore. And you just stay there wishing that you would have stopped and smelled the roses some more, right? All right, I'm getting cheesy. So, let you I'm going to let you go with this. We're doing a lot of internal work whether you believe you're doing it or not. Our spirits are doing a lot of work in the astral realm. We're doing a lot of healing. We're doing a lot of evolution. We're doing a lot of growing, and our vehicles are changing. We're bringing in new light. We're having to learn new diets. We're having to learn new life systems. We're having to learn new ways of being. We're having to create new relationships, and we're having to build new relationships with ourselves. It's scary, it's hard, and it's rough and tumbled, but it's beautiful. And on the other side of it is freedom and abundance and joy and happiness and self-worth and confidence and respect and everything we've always been promised but never been shown how to actually attain. So if you liked what you've seen and heard today, hit that like button. If you want to join the Army of Energy, hit that subscribe button. Check me out on Instagram at Conspiracy Realists. Again, I'm on day 12 of DURT and Hemi-synch. Having a wonderful, wonderful day. My vibes are increasing. I'm being able to connect with people a lot better. I'm able to self-regulate even more, and that was key. I'm going to do a whole 5 or 6 episodes on emotional intelligence and self-regulation especially. But I'm telling y'all, it's a game changer. But I really hope that you all have a wonderful weekend, and I really am grateful that you're here on this journey with me, and I'm grateful to be on this journey with you. And I'll talk to you all tomorrow. Have a wonderful day. Have a great evening. I love you all. Good night.